Hey guys, yep, it's me again. It's your girl Nay, 47 years old, licensed clinical social worker who has been diagnosed and struggled with ADHD majority of her life and premenopausal. That's a lot. Now let's dive into it. Today we are going to talk about RSD. What is RSD? It is rejection sensitivity dysphoria. What is rejection sensitivity dysphoria? Well, clinically, let's read what it says. It is an intense, unbearable emotional pain triggered by what is perceived as rejection, criticism, or failure. It causes a rapid shift from feeling fine to extreme sadness or rage, leading to severe anxiety or people pleasing or social withdrawing. Right? So basically, it is your brain trying to manage the emotional, intense feeling that you're having at that time. For people who struggle with RSD, that emotional intense feeling becomes a physical pain. When you have a physical pain, you're trying to relieve that pain very, very quickly, right? So you're trying to get something to heal so you don't feel that pain. You're taking medication, whatever you can get to relieve that pain. Well, when it's an emotional intense pain that feels like it's physically hurting you, you can't do anything like that, like put a band-aid on it or take a shot or something like that, of medication. You have to relieve it in some way, and sometimes it comes out and appear as rage or anger or just extreme sadness, where you're just overwhelmed and you are not able to manage your emotions at that time. I've done it all. I have been to where something very small to other people, but to me it's big, right? So I feel like someone is criticizing me, and it could be like the smallest thing, and I take it to the next level. I internalize it, and now I am really sitting on it and saying, oh, they're saying that I'm not a good person. I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. But all they're doing is making a criticism or a little critique. So here I go from 0 to 100, becoming extremely upset and overwhelmed. And in order to relieve that tension within inside me, lashing out, getting it out, trying to explain myself or trying to figure out, what do you mean? But not really doing it in an appropriate way. I've also been and there's been ways that I have socially isolated myself. I will shut down. I will cut everything off. Everyone will be cut off. Get away from me, because now I don't want this pain. I don't want to feel it physically, and you're the one who's causing it. Or I am now really criticizing myself. So RSD creates impulsivity, right? So you become very, very impulsive because you're trying to relieve that pain super fast. So that's why they say you lash out, or you just go from 0 to 100 real quick. Or let's say you're at 100, you're having a good time, you're fine, and then you shut down really, really quick. It looks very odd to other people, but you are really safeguarding yourself because you're feeling this emotional, intense pain. And your brain is trying to figure out, like, okay, how are we going to manage this? So you just become very, very impulsive. So one of the things that I feel like we could work on together with dealing with that, one of my things is that I work with the kids is with impulsivity is stop and think. But with RSD, you are going to stop, but you are not going to think. Why? Because when you are in that moment, when you start thinking, you start to think a little bit deeper, and the thought process is not positive at all. So you're going to stop. Either you are going to mentally remove yourself from the situation or physically remove yourself from the situation. But sit and distract yourself with something else. You can even verbally say it. It is okay to explain to people, I just need time right now. I don't want to talk about that right now. Give me a little bit of space. Sit on that. Once you sit on it for a little bit, you are able to really process what is going on. Not process your feelings, but process what is going on. What is someone trying to say to me? Is it that big of a deal? Should I internalize that? Sometimes we look back and we reflect on those things, and it removes that intense emotional pain that you were experiencing at that time, and it helps you to be just a little bit more rational. So like I say, take a step back, stop, don't think, distract yourself, don't be in the moment, nothing. Just stop, let it go, and then revisit it. And that could be even 5 minutes, that could be 24 hours. But try and process what is going on, but not process the feeling. Those are two different things, because when you process what's going on, it helps you to understand what is really being said to you or what's really being done, and you can rationalize what's going on. So that's what I'm working on. So I hope you guys could take a little bit of this and it helps you with your everyday life of struggling with ADHD and RSD. Thank you.